Ukraine airspace closed as war comes to the region. This and more aviation news on Taking Off. Hi everyone, Dan Milliken here. We are iced in here in Dallas, but things have really heated up overseas. Politics aside, war has come to Europe as Russia has launched an invasion of the Ukraine. If you recall, it was 2014 when Malaysia flight MH17 was shot down with a Russian anti-aircraft missile, killing all 298 people on board. The Ukrainian government has taken no chances this time, and they closed their airspace shortly before 1 a.m. Zulu on February 24th, which cut short someone in a 172 doing nighttime touch and goes at 1 a.m. in Ukraine. That was a brave pilot. The nation's state air traffic services enterprise suspended all civilian airspace. In addition, some of the neighboring countries have closed their airspaces, and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, the EASA, has announced a lot of warnings, putting a warning area 100 miles out from the Russian-Ukraine borders and other warnings. Here's the real disturbing quote from the EASA. In particular, there is a risk of both intentional targeting and misidentification of civil aircraft. Moldova, southwest of Ukraine, closed its airspace down completely, including civilian jetliners overflying. Radar coverage shows the early Thursday morning traffic skirting the whole country. And one El Al flight from Tel Aviv to Toronto made a quick U-turn when Ukraine made the announcement. Other flights, not yet in the airspace, they just diverted. In addition to the obvious military situation, other considerations are Russia cyber attacks on the airspace computers that the Ukrainian controllers depend on for safety. And before the Ukrainian announcement, many Western countries, they had already told their crews to just avoid certain airspace above the eastern Ukraine area. Also, several key carriers had already suspended service like Lufthansa, KLM, Wizz Air. Side note, unconfirmed reports that the airfield home to the massive 6-engine Antonov AN-225 is under attack. News is coming fast and loose right now, so we just don't know. And then you have Air India. I don't know what to say about this. For our friends and followers in Eastern Europe, please be careful and try and be safe in this international crisis. Okay. In other news, Embraer announced a 3-year pause on the 175 program, but it might not be what you think. Well, Christy flies the 175 for her day job and can fill us in on more. Christy?
Hi, Dan. Yes, I currently fly the Embraer 175. However, the E2 is a slightly different jet than the one I fly. The 175 itself has been in service for almost 20 years, but the E2 was just certified in 2018. It's a bigger variant that carries more passengers, has different avionics, and upgraded engines. It was supposed to be appealing to the American market as a middle airplane between the traditional regional jets and the narrow-bodied 737s and A320s. But Embraer decided to stop producing it because of scope clause. This is a particular clause between the regional airlines and the larger mainline carriers that dictates that regional airlines cannot carry more than 76 passengers per flight. Unfortunately, the E2 carries more than 76, which doesn't really make it viable for U.S. carriers. Therefore, Embraer didn't see a need to keep producing it. They've put it on pause for the next 3 years, but we'll see if it's really even needed after that. For now, I'm happy just flying my 175s, which are still in production and very popular around the world. Not only are U.S. airlines continuing to buy them used from other airlines, they're still ordering the new ones directly from the factory. So that's good news for us as passengers and pilots, as it continues to be a favorite across the globe.
A new announcement for AirVenture 2022. B-29 Doc is returning to the show. Doc is only one of 2 airworthy B-29s left in the world and will be flying in the air show as well as set up at the Boeing Plaza for a static display. Quick history on Doc. Rescued from the Mojave Desert in 1987, meticulously restored over 30 years. Its first flight at Oshkosh AirVenture was 2017 when it flew with the other B-29 Fifi for the first B-29 formation in 60 years. Make sure you get your EAA AirVenture tickets. Both Christy and I will be there this year, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. On February 23rd, the General Aviation Manufacturers Association State of the Industry announced a commitment to lead-free by the end of 2030 for all piston aircraft. They did mention how they are committed to doing the transition in a smart and safe way for all of the 200,000 aircraft in the GA fleet. It's an ambitious goal that they've set, but maybe that's how it needs to work. Set the goal and then work really hard to reach that goal. Well, it worked for sending people to the moon, right? Let's just hope they're serious about the smart and safe application to our existing GA planes. I see a lot of comments on social media like, I was going to buy a Cessna 210, but will it be able to take the lead-free fuel? I take this Gamma announcement to mean that no GA piston aircraft will be left out of a smart and safe transition. Let's just hope our wallets agree on the smart part of that commitment. Okay, sad news out of North Carolina. A Beech 58, a twin-engine plane piloted by Ray Ackerley, crashed into an 18-wheeler on Interstate 85 just after takeoff from Lexington, North Carolina. The pilot was killed. The accident occurred just south of the airport on the southbound side of the interstate. The driver of the 18-wheeler had non-life-threatening injuries. Nobody else was injured. Ackerley was from Charlotte, was an Army veteran, having served overseas, Afghanistan, and currently was working for Microsoft. We don't know yet what happened, but the plane exploded on contact with the truck. And looking at the map, not sure what options he had if he had a loss of thrust on takeoff, but the accident happened at 5:10 p.m. Not sure if they had rush hour backup or not. Hopefully, we'll learn more soon. We learn so that we can avoid a similar situation with a similar outcome. My heart grieves for his wife and 3 sons, 1 an infant. Okay, I wish I had some happy aviation news to end on, but we'll have to stop here. I want to thank our sponsors, Flying Eyes, where you can get 10% off by using our code TakingOff, all caps, one word. And Colton Mortgage, they're a great home mortgage company that is run by one of us, a pilot. And our newest, Marshall Security Services. Please show some love to our sponsors who support General Aviation. Remember, superior judgment trumps superior skills, and we'll see you guys later. Chewy, what are you doing?